Hey there. So we're diving into the latest synthetic work newsletter, and
It's a wild one. Real world AI stuff, fast food, Formula One, you name it.
the one that really got me thinking was this piece by Avital Balwit, Anthropic's chief of staff,
She's talking about AI, like maybe reshaping everything, maybe even.
making jobs as we know them, like, disappear.
Wow.
Yeah, and get this, she calls it
The age of AI aristocrats.
AI aristocrats.
Yeah. Intrigued.
Definitely. It's,
I mean, AI not just automating, but like changing the whole idea of work.
right.
And Balwit at a company like Anthropic, she's got like.
Our front row seat to all this.
Exactly. So, what's she saying about our AI future?
Oh, her article, My Last 5 Years of Work, it's,
It suggests that this AI-driven unemployment, especially for, knowledge workers, it could be
closer than we think. And she uses this comparison,
to baking a cake.
baking a cake. Okay, now I'm hungry. Tell me more.
Right. Like you don't bake a cake gradually, it's like batter, then bam, cake.
Ballwood argues AI is the same leaps and bounds, not, baby steps.
That's what makes her point so interesting. Not a slow change, but maybe this huge shift in how we work.
Okay, so AI is baking its way into our lives faster than we can handle. But what does that mean for our jobs specifically?
So Balwit predicts online, remote tasks, those go first.
Customer service, data entry, even some writing and analysis. If a computer can do it from anywhere, it will.
And probably better than us, honestly.
Makes you wonder, right? What in your own job could be called online or remote? Little nervous, excited, both.
Yeah, it's
It's a lot, but Ballwood says it's not all doom and gloom.
Okay, good.
She says AI can't replace everything. Jobs needing, like physical skills, human touch, or,
Professions with all the rules, doctors, lawyers, those will probably be okay, for now at least.
but AI will still be huge, just more like a tool for them, not a replacement.
Augmenting, not eliminating, if that makes sense.
Right, right. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. But what about the people whose jobs do get automated? What happens to them in this AI aristocrat world?
That's where it gets really interesting. Balwit says maybe we won't need jobs the same way.
What?
Think about it. A world where basic needs are covered, universal basic income, maybe, and people just do what they want.
Passions, creative stuff, or just like enjoying life?
Wait, so AI could turn us all into like full-time vacationers. Sign me up.
Well, it's tempting, right? A life without the daily grind. But,
There are always two sides to every coin. Right.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in that, right? The utopia of no work.
Right.
But I mean, we're kind of complicated. Us humans,
Yeah.
work, good or bad, it's part of who we are, our place in things.
How we define ourselves a lot of the time.
Exactly. And look, not everyone hates their job.
Sure.
Some people find like real meaning in what they do, even if it's not, glamorous.
Right.
So it's like, how do those different people fit into a world where work is like optional?
It's a tough one.
It is, and Balwit gets that. She says this AI world, it could mean new kinds of inequality.
Uh-oh.
Like those who are good with the non-work stuff, they might thrive, but others
Might struggle. And the newsletter, it actually has examples of this happening now.
yeah, like
What? Remember that McDonald's thing? The AI drive-thrus?
oh man, don't even get me started. That AI tried to sell me on like 3 apple pies.
When all I wanted was a cheeseburger.
Classic. See, even AI, it needs a good teacher, right?
Sounds like McDonald's maybe went too fast. Used like natural language processing, NLP.
But for that job, you need something more.
So it's not just about AI being smart, but using the right AI.
Yeah, NLP is good for like basic stuff, automated emails, simple chat bots.
Right.
But a drive-through, hungry people, weird orders, you need something that can like think on its feet.
Okay, so what's the answer then?
Large language models,
Yeah.
LLMs, they've been trained on tons of data, so they get context.
They spot patterns, even get creative, like humans, in a way NLP can't.
So it's like talking to a parrot versus a real professor or something?
Exactly. Both use words, but the understanding. Totally different levels.
Okay, that makes sense. So what about those other fast food places? Did they learn from McDonald's mistakes?
It seems like it. The newsletter mentions White Castle. They're doing AI drive-thrus, right?
Using those LLMs, and people are into it.
So a win for AI and burger fans. I like it. But what about stuff beyond fast food? AI's got to be bigger than that, right?
Oh yeah, way bigger. Think about Formula One racing.
Okay, those cars are already crazy fast. How is AI making a difference there?
It's not just gathering data anymore, it's analyzing it live during the race.
Whoa.
Everything pit stops, when to pass another car, AI is giving them an edge.
So it's like having like a supercomputer in the driver's ear whispering secrets.
Pretty much. Imagine what that'll do for how we watch sports. Real-time predictions, stats, all that, making it even more exciting.
And speaking of excitement,
Mm-hmm.
didn't the newsletter also talk about AI being used to like recreate voices?
Yeah. Like NBC, they're thinking of using AI to make synthetic voices of, legendary sportscasters like Al Michaels.
Wow.
Imagine those iconic voices even after they're retired.
That's wild. I kind of love it. Kind of creeps me out a little bit.
It's both, right? That AI can capture a voice so well is amazing.
Right.
But then it makes you think, like, what is human if tech can just copy us?
It's a deep one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it shows that AI isn't just about one thing, right?
Yep.
It's everything.
Yep.
Food, sports, healthcare. I mean, it's all fair game.
It really is. Speaking of healthcare, some physio places are using AI for treatment plans,
Oh, wow.
even virtual appointments, so it's easier for people to access.
That's actually really cool. AI helping people get the care they need more easily.
Exactly. But, like always, it's about balance. AI can help, but
Human connection, empathy, that's still got to be there.
100%. We can't lose sight of that human element. And what about finances?
Right, the newsletter talked about that too. Banks using AI to look at our data.
Trying to see if someone's, like, in trouble financially.
Okay, so that could be good, right? Early warning signs, maybe get someone help sooner.
Exactly. But here, privacy, data security, that all comes into play.
For sure.
Where's the line between helping and, being big brother? It's tricky.
No kidding. It feels like we need to figure out some serious rules for all this.
We do ethical AI development, that's key. But the wildest example, I think, in terms of, like, society,
Has to be the politics stuff.
you talking about that AI politician, AI Steve.
The one and only. Some candidate in the UK actually made an AI campaign manager.
Gave it a name and everything. AI Steve.
AI Steve.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's straight out of a movie.
Right. Easy to laugh it off as a gimmick, but it makes you think.
Totally.
What if all campaigns are run by algorithms someday?
Oh, man.
No human intuition, just data deciding what we hear, what policies they push.
That's a bit much.
It's a lot to unpack, and it brings us back to Baldwin's whole point.
AI could change everything. What work is, who leads us, what it even means to be human.
So AI doing cheeseburgers, maybe running for office someday. I mean,
There's a lot, right? Really shows you how big this could get.
it's not just the tech anymore, is it? It's us figuring out.
How to, like, live in this new world. That AI aristocracy idea.
It got me thinking, too. What if work isn't the center of our lives anymore?
Right. That's huge. Like, we've always defined ourselves by our jobs.
How we contribute, what we're even worth, it all ties back to work, usually.
I know.
It's like,
Well, what if AI changes all that?
what gives our lives meaning then, if we're not working towards something?
That's the big question, right? And Bulwit, she's interesting, she says.
Look back in time, before all this industry stuff. Leisure wasn't like a luxury.
People had time for their community, for being creative, for, spiritual stuff.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't about always doing something, but about balance.
Finding what makes life good, even if it doesn't make money.
It's a nice thought, right? Like, instead of the 9 to 5 grind.
It's writing poems in the morning, gardening in the afternoon, then philosophy debates with your buddies all night. Sounds pretty good to me. But let's be real, that's not everyone's cup of tea.
And even if it was, without work, would we just feel pressure to, like, always be productive, even at fun stuff?
Oh, that's a good point. Like, we might invent new problems for ourselves, even with all the free time.
Exactly. And don't forget the inequality bit. If leisure's the new status symbol,
What about those who can't afford to just chill and explore?
it's like we're solving one problem, maybe creating another, even bigger one.
It's complex. But that's why we're talking about it now, right? Before it's too late.
Exactly. Like, AI is this powerful tool, we could build amazing things.
It could.
Or, really mess it all up if we're not careful. It's on us, everyone.
Tech people, the government, all of us, to use this right.
I completely agree. This isn't robots stealing jobs, not really.
It's about what it means to be human in a world with AI. Like, what are our values then?
How do we connect with each other, find purpose when the old ways might not work anymore?
Big questions. And no easy answers, but that's, I think, what makes all this so exciting.
It's a challenge, for sure, but also, like you said, a huge opportunity.
To rethink everything, work, tech, how we treat each other, it's all up for grabs.
So what do you think, listening out there? AI utopia, or are we headed for trouble?
There's a lot to unpack here, and honestly, we'd love to hear your take on it.
Yeah, keep the conversation going. What does work mean to you in the age of AI? Let us know.
This is something we'll all be figuring out together, so thanks for joining us for this deep dive.